you've got no motivation and it's killing you. So when I got this camera, part of my goal was to do these vlogs, right? So I went through this experience where I had this operation, and when I was doing it, I did these vlogs on my phone. I never uploaded them. I was going to, because I had an ankle fusion, and anybody that's been through that or knows a bit about that knows that it's a long process, and part of the stress around that is that you don't actually know if the ankle fusion's worked until about 3 months afterwards. And even really until about 6 months afterwards do you really know if the joint's fused properly and stuff. And it's a pretty psychologically challenging operation to have. Now, I've had 3 of them. I had one successful one, then I had another one that they thought was successful but found out years later that it wasn't. I had to have it redone, and that's the operation I had. But I found talking to the camera and just talking about what had been going on, really sort of a therapeutic, sort of a form of therapy, if you will. And so I didn't end up uploading those. I was gonna just make a random account, because I found that watching a lot of other people's videos around their journey, and usually it's quite a long process, really helpful and sort of reassuring as I went through that. But maybe I will at some point upload those, but I sort of moved on. But I wanted to do a similar sort of thing with this, and that's one of the reasons why I sort of bought a small camera, and I tried to do like a vlog setup where I could go out. I wanted to be out walking around. Now, obviously, I'm here. I'm sitting in my living room at the moment. That's mainly because it's freezing outside, and also because I'm expecting a delivery, so I can't actually leave the house this morning, and I want to get a video done. So part of my goal was to do a video every week. But I have been struggling with motivation. I've gone out several times and with video ideas, and then started recording, and just basically realizing that I just had nothing. And I sort of just stopped. And I felt like I was getting stuck, and that was very demotivating for me. And what I ended up deciding to do was just to leave it for a while. I think my last upload was a couple of weeks ago, but I thought, look, let's leave it. Oh, I think my delivery's here, hold on. False alarm. The fellow across the road has a very loud 4-wheel drive. I thought it was a delivery truck. So I've just been really struggling to find things to talk about, and feeling really awkward, especially when I've been out in public, which I found really stressful, because like that's the whole point of this. Like I wanted to go out and do videos and get myself out in nature, and use that as sort of not an excuse, but like a way to get out and make a video at the same time I'm out doing something, because I find that I just don't do things unless there's a goal attached to it, if you know what I mean. But I'm in here today and I'm talking about motivation. So I think we can get stuck too. I know with me, if I feel like I'm getting stuck, or I'm stressed, or I'm putting expectations on things before I even start, that can kill my motivation. I think one thing I've realized recently is I used to be very goal orientated. Now that can be a good thing. And when I look back at some of the things that I have accomplished and achieved before in things like music and photography and other artistic things, my academic study, work, I've achieved the goals, but sometimes at the end I feel worse off afterwards. Okay, talk about struggling with motivation. The camera just stopped. But yeah, I find like if I'm putting things on top, like I find now when I set a goal, I have like this stress that's attached to it because I'm already thinking about achieving the goal and stressing about that. So in terms of motivation, what I've found helpful recently is trying to do things where I'm staying in the moment, and my goal or what I'm trying to be motivated about is doing the thing, not the outcome. Now, maybe this is just me, but I just find now if I focus too much on outcomes or goals, I just lose all motivation and will to do them. So what I'm finding myself doing now is I'll focus on the process. So for instance, I'm trying to get back into photography, and so I'm focusing on the process instead of the goal. So I'm not uploading to Instagram anymore. I'm just focusing on, okay, I want to take some photos. I'm just going to shoot JPEGs. I'm just going to, whatever it is, and then I'm going to upload that if I want to. I'm not going to set myself a limit. I'm not going to set myself a goal. I'm just going to focus on doing the thing, and then whatever happens after that is just whatever happens. I think it's the same with these videos. I think I lost connection with why I initially wanted to do these videos, and I started focusing on like having the goal of doing a video a week or whatever. And then I started thinking, oh look, I should have like these, I should have like an answer. So if it's a problem I'm talking about, I should have like an answer at the end of the video. The problem with that is I don't have answers to all these problems. The world is filled with problems at the moment, and I just don't have answers or even insights on all of them. I'm just a dude, a middle-aged dude, trying to live my life and make some positive changes before time runs out for me. That's it. That's all it is. Like, I'm not some guru, philosophical mastermind who has all the answers. There's people on YouTube that have way better insights and answers to things than me. I know because I watch them. That's part of the motivation for doing this channel and these videos, is just wanting to share my small, different view on some things, and hopefully somebody gets something out of that. But even if they don't, it's not really about that. It's really about me trying to understand myself better and get some things off my chest and just process things, I guess. I guess it's about processing things too, in a way. And that's one thing I learnt when I was doing those vlogs about my ankle fusion, is that when I look back on them, when I watched them back, I sort of better understood how I felt about things. It's weird. It's hard to explain. But it's almost like, I guess it's like a diary sort of a situation where you can reflect back on your own thoughts, and in a way that helps you process how you feel. And if you're someone like me, I once heard it said that people that sort of struggle with emotions and stuff, sometimes they don't understand how they actually feel. One thing they struggle with is understanding how you actually feel. And that sounds really strange and stupid, but it is true, because sometimes you're feeling things in the moment, but you don't really understand fully the motivations and what's causing it and what you're actually trying to achieve through that emotional reaction. And if you don't understand that, it's very hard to overcome those patterns and those reoccurring routines and situations in your life. And for me, for myself, I want to change and I want to grow. That's the one thing that I've really realized through the last year is I want to change my life and I want to be happier. I don't want to keep doing things the way I've been doing them for the past 20 years. There's been a lot of good stuff and I have made sacrifices, but I've also realized that I'm not getting any younger and I want to be happy in my life, and that's okay, and I should be happy in my life. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Those are the things that work for me, focusing on being in the moment and things, not stressing too much out about goals, and not setting too many expectations. I think that can be a real killer. Too many expectations just sucks the life out of everything, even at work. I know in lots of work situations, the more and more expectations that get piled on top of you, the less and less energy you have to do your job. And the less freedom and choice that you have, the less motivation you're going to have to do whatever it is. So you need to give yourself that freedom, guys. You need to give yourself that freedom. Find situations and things where you're in control, where you're setting whatever expectations that surround it. So I'm rambling now, so I'm going to end it there. I hope that's helped somebody. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.